Hello, fantasy managers. Welcome back to another episode of the First Pitch Podcast here on the Pitcher List Podcast Network. My name is Carson Picard. I will be your host for this weekend edition of the pod. Let's get into everything baseball related from Saturday, May 30th. And we will start with some news and notes as always. Luis Severino officially hits the 15-day IL with what was diagnosed as a left shoulder strain, was removed from his start a couple days ago against the Yankees. Maybe the newest injury news, though, Michael Garcia removed from the game yesterday with a hamstring strain. Garcia had a shaky May, but obviously a mainstay in most fantasy managers' lineups. He is going to be questionable going forward. We will update you as we get more information. Litany of rehab start updates here. Max Muncy of the Athletics is making a rehab appearance, as is Gleyber Torres, Cole Ragans, and Jordan Lawler. All have been designated for their rehab assignments. Dylan Cease in the recovery update is scheduled to make a bullpen session, so his recovery is tracking fairly well. The only major transaction to report here is Simeon Woods Richardson, who is off to a dismal start for the Minnesota Twins, has been DFA'd outright. Will he get picked up by another organization? Who knows? But Woods Richardson is out and expects Zebby Matthews to stick around in the rotation for the Twins in the medium term. He's in fact pitching today. So that's going to be the very short news and notes. Not too many things to report, with one exception, but we'll get to that later. We now move to the notable performances for our hitters, and the top hitter of the day, no question about it, Ronald Acuna Jr., the man himself, 2 for 4, 2 home runs, 2 stolen bases, and a walk to boot. Acuna just does what he does best. Being able to be that power speed threat. This is a great day at the plate for a guy that, maybe hasn't been blowing people out of the water with his performance so far this year. Definitely been solid, but not quite the MVP caliber player we saw a few years ago. That changed. This is an outstanding performance from Acuna in every regard. Mookie Betts went 3 for 4 with a double. Bryce Harper in the game went 1 for 2 with 2 walks. Julio Rodriguez went 2 for 4 with a home run. He's heating up, folks. Nick Kurtz went 2 for 4 in a home run. Tyler Soderstrom, who has really been, I'm not going to say dismal, but certainly underwhelming this year, 3 for 3 with a home run. Shea Langelier, 1 for 3 with a home run and a walk, continuing to be the best catcher in baseball. Jake McCarthy, how about this day? 3 for 4, a home run, a walk, and a stolen base for the leadoff man for the Colorado Rockies. Pete Crow Armstrong, 4 for 5 at the top of the lineup for the Cubs with a home run and a double, including a big home run about 444 feet. JJ Weatherholt went 3 for 4, continuing to just be pretty steady at the top of the Cardinals lineup. Jeremy Pena, 3 for 5, a home run and a stolen base. Liam Hicks, 3 for 4. Jared Young, 2 for 4 and a home run in the Mets lineup. Mike Trout, the Fishman, gets his 14th home run of the year, 2 for 3 with 2 walks. Wade Meckler goes 2 for 4 with a home run and a stolen base, doing pretty well for himself in the Angels lineup. Yanni Diaz, 2 for 4 with a home run and a walk. Again, just the most underrated kind of hitter in baseball. Travis Bazzana goes 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. Sedan Rafaela goes 1 for 5, but they gets a walk, and with that walk and hit, gets 2 stolen bases out of it. Duran, I still don't know how to say his name. 2 for 6 and a home run. Both the Twins and the Pirates offenses had crazy day. Cody Clemens was on Psycho Watch. Bunch of guys. Jake Mangum sent it over the fence. It was a bizarre day in Pittsburgh, but I do want to highlight O'Neill Cruz, 1 for 4 with a 450-foot blast, a walk, and 2 stolen bases. O'Neill Cruz, or pardon me, wasn't quite that far. Home run nonetheless. O'Neill Cruz 1 for 4 with a home run, walk, and 2 stolen bases. Vlad Guerrero Jr. went 4 for 5 with a double. Josh Young, 3 for 5 and a home run. Feel like I say that every day. Jake Berger, 3 for 5 and a double. Colson Montgomery, notable here, 2 for 3, a home run and a walk. But maybe the most notable performance of the day is Fernando Tatis Jr., 451 feet, a 2 for 4 home run. Oh, man, just before the end of May, he gets there. Fernando Tatis hits his first home run of the year, and it felt so good. You could see it from the way he dropped his bat. absolutely knew it. Will this be a home run surge for Tatis? Who knows? But as we switch into June, nice to see he's got that monkey off his back. So that's going to do it for our review of the hitting performances from yesterday. Check out the Daily Batters Box article for more on these hitters and then some. I'll take a short break and we'll return with the starters in just a moment. All right, welcome back to the First Pitch Podcast here. We now move on to the starting pitchers, and I will start with my pitcher of the day, which is none other than the crazy fastball man himself from Seattle, Bryan Woo. 7 scoreless frames, 2 hits, 9 Ks, no walks on just 86 pitches. He has a knack for being able to be really efficient when he gets rolling. This was no exception. 14 whiffs, 36 CSW percent, just locating well, pumping fastballs, and no one's able to hit him. For Woo, who has had kind of an erratic year, this is an excellent start. Very reaffirming, I think, of where you drafted Woo, likely very high in your leagues. For someone you were hoping was going to push on the better pitchers in baseball kind of tier, this is quite reassuring for sure. Framber Valdez went 6 2/3 with 4 earned runs, 6 hits, 4 Ks, 2 walks on 89 pitches, 11 whiffs, 26 CSW percent for the Tigers' de facto ace in absence of Tarek Skubal. Michael King went 6 frames, 4 earned runs, 5 hits, 2 Ks, just 2 Ks, 1 walk, 77 pitches. He was cruising, but it was on thin ice, and it certainly cracked in the 7th inning. Just 7 whiffs, a lot of called strikes, but not a very strong start. Pitch modeling didn't like it very much either. Kumar Rocker went 6 scoreless frames, 3 hits, but only 2 strikeouts, 3 walks to boot on 85 pitches. This is a great example of how stat lines cannot always be believed. Very deceptive start here. None of the locations are great. The stuff wasn't fantastic. You can just tell by the lack of swing and miss. Not a terrible performance by all means, but one I don't think we can trust going forward. Seth Lugo, and also, he was against the Royals, Seth Lugo, 6 innings, 1 earned run, 6 hits, 6 Ks, no walks on 90 pitches, 10 whiffs. The curveball man does it again. Trey Savage, very bizarre start. 5 innings, 1 earned run, 2 hits, 7 walks. 7 walks. 4 Ks, 92 pitches, 7 whiffs, 17 CSW percent. And I was looking at this and I just thought, you guys remember that opening day start from Jack Flaherty a couple years back when he got 7 walks and was throwing a no-hitter? Yeah, similar vibes. Reed Detmers, 5 scoreless frames, 3 earned runs, 5 hits, 7 Ks, 3 walks on 92 pitches. Kind of a fairly typical Reed Detmers stat line, if we're being honest. Like, so close to being really good. Just did not quite happen. Pitch modeling liked him, and overall, I think this is not a terrible start for Detmers, certainly against a very pesky good Rays offense. Christian Scott, 5 innings, 1 earned run, 5 hits, 8 Ks, 2 walks, 96 pitches. This was a great outing from Scott. 11 whiffs, 31 CSW percent. Fastball was sizzling. Despite the lack of velocity, a little bit today, ticked down. Fastball had a lot of great movement and was locating it really well. Anyone that knows me knows how much I love Christian Scott, and this is so lovely to see him doing quite well. A minus PLV stuff grade to boot. Sonny Gray went 6 innings, 1 earned run, 4 hits, 7 Ks, 3 walks on 92 pitches. The Red Sox ace, 4 whiff. Is it, or can we still call Sonny Gray an ace? I'm gonna do it. 14 whiffs, 28 CSW percent. Really nice start for him. Finally, Roki Sasaki, the man I talk about every weekend. 5 1/3 innings, 1 earned run, 3 hits, 7 Ks, 1 walk, and 84 pitches against the Phillies. 18 whiffs with a 27 CSW percent. So not a lot of called strikes, but either way, I think that's a really reassuring start from Roki Sasaki. And this has been a pretty dang good month for him since he's tweaked his splitter. Still a little bit erratic, maybe lacking a little bit of top end, but I think he's definitely rosterable in most leagues. So give the Plus Pitch podcast a listen and check out Nick and Jake's daily SP roundups. We'll now move on to who got the saves for today in our reliever rundown. Clayton Beeter picked up his 3rd save of the year. Gregory Soto his 7th. Rafael Iglesias his 10th. Scott Barlow picks up his 2nd. And Juan Duran picks up his 12th. Not a ton of real notable reliever performances outside of that. So I'll just say check out Rick Graham's weekly articles to know more about all the relievers as we now look forward to my pick of the day for the game of the day, which is going to be the Marlins versus the New York Mets. Jansen Jung versus Nolan McLean. These are 2 Pitcher list Discord favorites. Certainly two of mine. Junk has made some pretty interesting changes. We'll see how he does against a erratic but pretty interesting Mets lineup. And Nolan McLean's had a rough May, but can he deal his A+ grade stuff against the Marlins? We'll see. That's going to be the First Pitch podcast today. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great rest of your weekend. For the deeper dive on everything baseball, hop on to pitcherlist.com. And for further access, sign up for PL Plus or Pro to gain access to the Discord, PLB apps, and to support the Pitcher List staff. Finally, my name is Carson Picard. You can find me on the Shallows podcast with my great co-host Eric Hinrichsen, as well as on Blue Sky at Carson Picard. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great weekend. Bless the knees, bless the elbows. Take care, you guys. Good luck.